Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chris Loves Comics. It's Thursday. I hope you guys have found everything that you're looking for on New Comic Book Day. I will be going over my A-plus books of the week, so if you haven't read your books, please wait till you read them and then watch the video because I may be talking about a book that you haven't read yet, and I don't want to spoil it for you. As always, thank you very much to everyone who subscribed to me. It really means a lot to me. Once we reach that 300 mark, we're currently at 222, so still got a ways to go, but once we reach 300, I will definitely be giving away a lot of books because I feel like this is going to be the long haul to try to reach that big 300, but I will definitely reward everyone in the community with some books. It really does mean a lot to me. I enjoy doing this channel. It's a good way to talk about comic books. It makes me feel good. Hopefully it makes you feel good listening to this old guy talking about comic books. But with that out of the way, let's begin. We'll start. So for indies, I only had 3 books. It was Red Sonja, Noctera, and what else? There was another book. They were good, but they weren't the A+ caliber. But we'll go over Marvel first. Now, Predator versus Wolverine by Benjamin Percy. Now, this is a 4-part issue miniseries, and I know some people haven't read this book because of the huge price tag. $8 is a lot for one book. But I will say this, though, and I'm not trying to oversell it or anything like that. Really great story, and there was a lot of pages. There was a lot of material, so you definitely get your bang for your buck. And the artwork was very stellar. But we'll go through this. And as I mentioned before, if you haven't read the book, please wait till you read the book. But I had to get this variant. I like the old homage from Wolverine and Hulk with Predator looking through Wolverine. It starts off with Canada in present day. You have some really nice art coming through here. And what I love about the next page, like, I'm a huge Predator fan, but like he has the 3 dots on him, and they even go with the infrared. They really did a spectacular job. So they're in the Canadian wilderness, and it starts off with Wolverine's running for his life. Now, Wolverine running for his life, that's not a phrase you usually hear, but as we all know, the Predator is a very scary animal, and it looks like Wolverine has sort of left his mark on this model of Predator. But they hunt each other, and I even like the intro page, the sort of title card. It gives the sort of infrared. The art is by it says so there was 4 different artists. Greg Land, who I really like. I don't know the other ones. Ken Lashley, Jay Lyston, and Andrea DeVito. But it starts off. It starts off in the wilderness, but then it makes its way in the past, into 1900 Alaskan territory, where Wolverine hasn't gotten his adamantium yet. His claws are the bones. He's just surviving, and he's sort of making do, and that suits him just fine. But there's the Predator hunts him, and when Wolverine feels like every time Wolverine goes into a bar, some trouble happens. But this gentleman in the middle needs help finding his son. But you find out later, when they're on their way to find his son, they find the Predator has sort of made his home in the wilderness as well. And as they make their way to approach the bandits who have took the son, Wolverine gets betrayed by the client who hired him, but because this guy was just trying to steal money from other bandits. But this page, he gets a nice little visit from the Predator. Like I said, the art is fantastic, and and it's like Wolverine jams his claws in Predator's neck. Like this book is just gory and good, and it's fantastic. Sorry if I'm going a little bit too fast, but I definitely gave this book an A+. I'm thankful it's only a 4 issue. Oh, and the other homage to Predator too. They sort of go, so after the Alaskan wilderness, they sort of go to the future. But if you've seen the movie Predator, doesn't this sound familiar? An elite team going to find the Predator, and Sabretooth is one of his teammates, as well as Maverick, who you may know in Wolverine, they all share a past, but the Predator hunts him down with the net. And it's such a great book. I really enjoyed it. That's why I gave it an A plus. The art was fantastic and the story was great. But I understand why people didn't want to get it because $8. So if this is a cheap, I think the trade will come out. I think it's next year around February or March. I'm always looking on Amazon or releases of when trades are coming out. So I think early next year it'll come out. So if you can wait, wait. Now, this one, Captain America. I am a huge fan of Captain America. I think I just got reinvigorated with Chris Evans' performance in the MCU. He just really portrays Captain America in a very positive light. And I really don't. I didn't like J. Michael Straczynski's run of Spider-Man. I hope I don't get crucified in the comments. But I really enjoy this run. They really go back to Steve Rogers' past. They go all the way back to. Oh, I'm sorry. The art is by Jesus Saez. It's really well done. They go back to the Depression where Steve. We all know how skinny Steve is, so he needs to eat. But there's this guy who says, "You look like you can use a ham sandwich." So while Steve goes to get some food, this is during World War II. He hears this man saying, "We will do this together with your help and your loyalty and your patriotism and your support." But then you find out it's not sort of like a war bond drive or anything like that. It's actual factual Nazis trying to recruit Americans, and it says join the German American Bund, and it says Sig Heil. It's they're taking it to a very interesting way. This is pretty cool, and plus you get for next on Captain America 2, Captain America and Spider-Man. So this will definitely be a good run. I think. I just hope. The one thing I don't like about Straczynski too is delays. The man loves to write, which is good. He actually wrote Babylon 5, the TV show, which I enjoyed too. But it's not that I don't dislike Straczynski. I just hate the delays. It takes a while for him sometimes. I just hope this run goes smoothly because I really enjoy Captain America and I like this book. That's why I gave it an A plus. I really enjoy it. Next up is another book by Philip Kennedy Johnson. He writes currently The Hulk right now, which is a really good horror run. I think they're on issue 4. And Action Comics, he's been writing that for a couple of years. But next up we have Green Lantern War Journal by Philip Kennedy Johnson with Jon Stewart. Now, Guy Gardner is he's my favorite Green Lantern. Now, a lot of people like Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, Jon Stewart. They're all great, but I like Guy Gardner. He's just a sassy guy. But it kind of has a horror, but like a sort of if you've seen the movie Event Horizon, there's these space explorers coming in, and there's this different colored ring that sort of possesses one of the astronauts, and the astronaut opens the valve that's for the the air supply, and she causes all sorts of havoc because she's being possessed by this ring. And the art is by, it just says Montos, so I enjoyed the art. And Jon Stewart is with his mama. And there's a good talk in there. But then while the United Planets are trying to collect all the rings from the Green Lanterns, Jon Stewart proves to be a very powerful adversary for this one lantern who's trying to collect his ring, and he gives him what for in there. I'm really enjoying this book. This is fantastic. But then you see back in space, there's this other Green Lantern sort of investigating what happened to those astronauts. I like the constructs he forms here. These two blades over here. It says Lantern Shepherd. I don't know who that lantern is, but there's sort of you see from that purple ring, there's the zombies. These are the guys that were there inside that space station. and they're gonna try to kill Lantern Shepherd. Like, it kind of has a horror vibe already to this, which is kind of weird for Green Lantern, but I'm digging it. And then they give you... I don't know if I'm going to get into this. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. I say I don't know, but I probably will, because it's been a long time since we had a Justice League book, so I'll probably at least get the first issue just to see what it is. But Green Lantern, War Journal #1 by Philip Kennedy Johnson, A+. And, of course, every month... You know which DC book this is going to be. And I had to get the Nick Cage cover. This is World's Finest #19 by Mark Waid, Travis Moore on art, and I forgot the first... His last name's Bondvillain, or their name's Bondvillain. But I had to get the Nick Cage cover. That's so crazy. But Jaxor is escaped from the Phantom Zone. And we'll find out... Oh, Tamara Bondvillain, so she... And so Jaxor he escaped from the Phantom Zone. He was a Kryptonian. You find out also that he was partially responsible for the death of Clark's of their planet, because he it says while Superman's talking to Batman in the Phantom Zone, was it Jaxor destroyed Krypton's populated moons, and he started off with 10,000 dead, and then it doubled, and he just... So Batman and Superman are fighting Jaxor. I don't like... I mean, it's serviceable art. I still love Dan Moore. I mean, everyone loves Dan Moore, but Travis Moore did an okay job on the art. But this was really good. I enjoy. I will never not like World's Finest, and I do love the colors. And this is sort of leading to the origin of the first team up, where where Batman and Superman trust each other, and it leads to something pretty great. Although I will say the epilogue, it gives a good indication that we're sort of getting into the Kingdom Come universe, as mentioned in the preview that's coming next. But Mark Waid is doing fantastic work with this book. I mean, he wrote Kingdom Come also too, so if he's going to incorporate some of those details in this book, this is definitely going to be... I mean, it already is a great book, but it's going to be an even greater book in my opinion. But those are my books for the week, my A+ books for the week, and I really appreciate you guys taking your time to watch the video. It really means a lot to me. I should be getting my books... I'll try to get them Wednesday, because this will be the other side of my schedule where I'll be working 12 hours. But thankfully, my store, Rubber Chicken Comics in Bellingham, Massachusetts, if you are local to the area, definitely go there. Jay's a great guy, and he'll give you huge discounts on your books. And with times like these, you take any help you can get, right? So thank you very much for your time. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next week. I will definitely do a video Friday or Saturday, because I'll have next week enough. Yay! But next week enough. Next weekend will be my wife's birthday, so I'll try to fit in time when I can. All right. Have a great day.